Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today I've got an awful lot of really important updates for you with what is going on in cruising right now, and I'm only sharing the stories with you that I think everyone needs to know about who is either considering cruising or who has a cruise booked right now, whether it's in the first part of the year or later in the year, and also what's going on with all of those of us who are keeping an eye on flights, worrying about getting to our cruise in the next little bit. And so first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. A big welcome to all of you, and a big welcome to all of you who are new. We are really glad to have you with us and are glad that you have decided to come along. And so if there are any of you here who have not subscribed yet, would you please consider subscribing to our channel? I think that you will really enjoy everything that we do here. We talk a lot about cruising, we do updates, I share a lot of information with you when we go places on cruises, as well as what our travel plans are. And I think that a thing that is really unique to my channel is we have been to Europe on several cruises, and I have been around Europe quite a bit, and so I have a lot to offer in that. And I'm working on finding all of my footage on that and getting things ready to tell you. And so we have a lot of fun here together. And so hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. So first of all, our big update today is I don't know that a lot of you are aware that Royal Caribbean on their website, as I have shared with you on my last two videos, and if you haven't watched those, I'm going to link those so that you're sure to be up to date on everything. But Royal Caribbean on their website let us know that you can cancel any booking booked by January 31st of 2022, any sailing booked by January 31st of 2022 up to 48 hours before the sail date, and you can get the full value in a future cruise credit that you need to use by May 31st of 2022. And that, like I said before, is directly on their website. We have an update, and I don't know how new it is, but today is the first day that I saw it actually. I'm sure that it's been going the last couple of days, but I wanted to let you know that if you have a cruise that is booked to sail from now through January 17th of 2022, you can cancel it with Royal Caribbean and get your money back, and they will not give you a big penalty or anything. They're waiving the cancellation fees to cancel the cruises sailing from now through January 17th of 2022. And so if you don't want to go on your sailing that is booked from now until January 17th of 2022, just either contact your travel agent if that is how you booked it, or call Royal Caribbean directly and let them know, and you'll just get your money back the way that you paid them. Now, if you booked your own airfare, or if your travel agent did, that's a separate thing. You're going to need to contact the airline and ask them if you can please have that money as a credit so that you can use it on the next flight that you take. And I know that different airlines do that differently. And so you'll just need to call and take care of that on your own. And I would also add that based on some of the comments I see, if you have a travel agent that says, oh no, you can't do that, call Royal Caribbean yourself and then get a new travel agent, okay? Because you can. And the same thing goes with the other cancellations that I've told you about. And so to not rehash everything I've told everyone, I will link my videos here at the end and in the box below so that you can be up to date on what all the policies are. Okay, so that's where we stand with Royal Caribbean. I also wanted to let you know that today, which is January 3rd, 2021, it's Monday morning, we already have a lot of flights canceled in the United States. So if you're new here, we have a cruise that sails January 16th out of Fort Lauderdale, and we have a nonstop flight booked from where we live to Fort Lauderdale. And so we have actually been watching it every day, and since all of the cancellation trouble started, and we've been having delays. Some days it's gone close to on time, and some of the delays have been 4 or 5 hours. And then yesterday, Sunday, January 2nd, was the first day that that was canceled. And it also, so then it canceled the flight for that day that we would have taken home when our cruise is over. And so we're just keeping a close eye on that. But I wanted to let you know that already they are saying that 2,400 flights in the United States are canceled today, and there are 2,900 delayed flights. Now keep in mind that today it is a combination of not having enough flight attendant and captain pilots and everything due to the Omicron variant, but also there's a big storm slamming the East Coast right now, and so that also accounts for a whole bunch of it. And so I wanted to give you the whole picture on that, but my advice to you is to keep an eye on what your flights are doing. We are gung-ho to go on our cruise, but if flights keep getting canceled and getting canceled and getting canceled, we might have to delay it. And so we're just going to watch it for the next, like, we've got 2 weeks from yesterday is when our cruise would have sailed, so we've got some time to keep an eye and see what we think. So there's that. And then another big update is for all of you who are cruising in the Caribbean or have a cruise booked in the Caribbean, especially if you have a call in the port of Puerto Rico. A really great Let's Go family member commented this morning and said that today, January 3rd, they were not able to get off the Regal Princess in Puerto Rico because of the 2-day testing requirement. So if you are not familiar with that, if a cruise ship is going to call at ports in Puerto Rico, everyone on the ship 12 and older has to be vaccinated, and everyone has to be able to show proof of a negative COVID test done within 2 days, within like the 48-hour window there of arriving in Puerto Rico. And so I think that this is going to be a really big challenge for cruise ships. I think that even if they have got their whole crew and passengers vaccinated, that 2-day test is going to be really hard. And I think it's for a couple of reasons. Number one, the biggest concern I think right now is not only is that a very expensive proposition for cruise lines, but really there's a shortage of tests right now. And so if you've got a ship and you have got all of your crew and all of your passengers to test, that's a few thousand tests right there, the extra above everything that you were already needing to be able to test passengers if anybody thinks that they maybe have come down with COVID while on the cruise, as well as testing all of your crew as often as they are testing, which I know is often right now. And so that is just a huge requirement for a number of tests at a time when they are very, very hard to get. They're in short supply. And so just keep that in mind. If you've got a cruise booked and you're sailing into Puerto Rico, you might not be going there after all, just because of that requirement. Even if you don't have a huge number or any cases on the ship, that requirement is, it doesn't matter if you have 0 cases on board, they still have that requirement. So just a heads up about how that was going on the Regal Princess. It sounded like the rest of the cruise was going well, and I'm hoping to hear some more updates from her, so thank you. The last thing that I want you to know, and this is really important, and you've really got to think about this. So over in Lisbon, Portugal, you may have heard an Aida cruise ship, which is held by Carnival Corporation, which also holds like Princess and Carnival Cruise Lines. They had a ship that's embarked on a cruise, and all along the way they stopped in the port of Lisbon, and they were on their way to Madeira. Well, when they docked, they found out that they had some positive cases. Now let me tell you that on the cruise there were 2,844 passengers along with 1,353 crew. So when they docked in Lisbon, they had 52 crew members who had COVID. And so based on that, they decided that they were going to stop their cruise right there. And so they kept people on the cruise ship longer, and by Monday there were 68 cases. So that was on Wednesday. By today they've got 68 positive cases on the ship, and some of that is crew with just a few passengers, they said. And so today they are embarking passengers who have tested negative in the last 2 days and getting them flown home to their homes. But they stopped that cruise because of the number of cases on that ship. And so I looked at it, so the total number of people on the ship were 4,197, and so when you had those 52 cases, it was just a nidge over 1%. And so I think we're going to it's going to be really interesting to me to see what the cruise lines do with cruising in Europe this year. So if you have got a cruise booked in Europe for this coming year, you're going to want to stick with me, because I'm going to pay really close attention. We've got a cruise booked at the end of June is our first one in Europe, and then 2 more, one in September and then one in October. And so I'm going to keep a really close eye and see how they're managing it there. I'm really hoping that as Omicron goes away, maybe we will be able to move forward a little bit more normally, but honestly, you never know what the next variant's going to be. So I think it's a really learning experience to pay attention to what they do as these different variants arise, so that then down the road we will know a little bit better about what to expect if another variant arises. And so that's what's going on right now. Aida is a German cruise line. Well, it's a European cruise line, mostly out of Germany is where they sail. And so that, like I said, they were over in Portugal when this happened. And so I don't think anybody should be afraid of it. I think you should just be aware of what's going on and kind of decide what your tolerance level is if you're on a cruise and you've got one book there and anything like that happened. And so this is my update. If I hear any other breaking news today, I will get it right out to you. I'm just really keeping my eye to see. We have not had any canceled cruises. I keep getting comments and emails asking me about Hawaii. It looks like Hawaii is a go so far. We have not had any cancellations. We have had the cruise lines announce what the passengers need to do to be ready to sail to Hawaii. So if you've missed that, I'll tuck that video in the description box below this video as well. So once again, if you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have you with us. So hit that subscribe button. And also, if you appreciate this update, will you please give it a thumbs up, because that will really help us as well. I really appreciate all of your support. So thank you so very, very much. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And also any experiences you'd like to share, would love to hear from all of you, and it helps everybody. So I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.